What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and we're at it again with more content. Now today we'll be covering ProtoArc's newest folding keyboard, the XK02, which I'm personally excited about because this is folding technology which matches another trend, folding phones. All things said, let's go ahead and get into it. So here we are with the package. You can see that we have some ProtoArc branding in the top left hand corner, as well as an image of the keyboard. Now, if you're unfamiliar with ProtoArc products and their packaging, you'll notice a similar theme. We'll have black or silver colorway with orange accents, and this will actually follow onto the XK02 as well. And speaking of the name XK02, I love that. It's kind of a code name and it goes really nice with the theme of this product, which is modern and futuristic. So we're going to open the product here, starting with the lid. And one of the things I will say I was not expecting here was going to be this pouch with ProtoArc branding. Nice little touch, keeps all the contents organized together for portability and transport. Now, I will say that this pouch is more on the basic side. It's going to have very thin fabric, and keep in mind that this is simply included with the kit, so that's to be expected. But I would like to see a hard case option. That way you get a bit more protection, even if that hard case option would be sold separately. So pulling out the pouch, you can see that we're also going to have a user manual underneath. And then the XK02 is going to be charged with a USB-C cable that's going to be hidden behind a flap. Very generic. It doesn't look like we have any ProtoArc branding on it, but it should do the job. And as a side note, I will be using the XK02 with my Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 11-inch for, I would call, the ultimate portability productivity kit, something like that. But the XK02 would also pair nicely with a foldable such as the Z Fold series or the Google Pixel Fold. And then all of this would have to be transported, so I have a nice case which I want to demo really quick. That way if you're interested, you're looking for a case solution for your tablet that's 11 inches or your Samsung Galaxy Tab S9. You can see how all of this would go together. So this here is the fin pack, and the Tab S9 11-inch will slide right in there nicely. And then we can install this whole kit from ProtoArc right into the sleeve underneath. And then we could close the whole thing. Again, we're creating the ultimate portable productivity solution for someone who's on the go, obviously. Or maybe you're just looking for something a bit more modern or futuristic. But anyways, let's continue on. We need to take everything back out here so that we can finish the coverage. So flipping over the pouch, we're actually going to have a stand in the back pocket there. Now this is going to be a very basic stand. It's nothing special. It's very thin plastic. But let's go ahead and check it out. Now I will say what's cool about it is just like the folding keyboard, it is foldable, but again, very thin. And I'm going to grab my Tab S9 11-inch just to see if this works pretty good. This is a heavier tablet, but there we go. It's going to work in landscape mode. And I'm going to pull forward here just to make sure that we're actually in the camera. But I want to try it in portrait mode because we might actually use it in that mode. So this is a bit heavier. This stand would tip back if we were to put the S9 11-inch on here in portrait mode. But it would probably work fine with a foldable, again, like a Z Fold or a Pixel Fold. So anyways, I'm going to move this stuff out of the way, and we're going to move on with the pouch. Again, nice ProtoArc brand in there. And we're going to have a magnetic enclosure, which holds pretty good. But if we open here, you're going to see that thin fabric. It is a bit soft, which is really nice. So that's going to protect the XK02 inside. And then the XK02 will slide out nice and easy. So this is looking like a really good kit. So here we have the XK02 in space gray, which looks really nice. And again, it matches that modern futuristic theme there, space gray. But I would like to see another colorway such as a carbon or a black, probably more of a carbon, similar to what we have on the XK01. So for reference, I have the XK01 here. You can see that it is more of a carbon, looks really nice. We can unfold this. And it's just a nice colorway, another option to have besides the space gray. Now me, I'm a minimalist and the space gray is minimal, but in my opinion, I do like this carbon charcoal colorway a bit more. Now flipping over, we're going to have the battery stored inside the middle of the XK02, which is going to be beneficial because it's going to create a overall balanced unit. And when it comes to charging, we're going to have a USB-C port at the top for convenience. We're also going to have silicone risers on the sides, which will actually be on the rear of the keyboard when it's unfolded. And that's going to be to protect the finish underside of the keyboard, but also to provide a bit of grip when it's placed on a smooth surface. So let's go ahead and unfold the XK02. Now, when we do so partially, you can see that we have these black items on the doors, I would call them. And those are essentially risers. They unfold. And what they're going to do is, again, just like the silicone risers, they are going to protect the underside of the XK02. But they're also going to make sure that the XK02 rests flat on a flat surface. Now, a lot of these unfolding devices have a fold test that is conducted, and the XK02 is rated for 100,000 fold cycles. Now, to give you an idea, that would be about 54 fold cycles per day if you were to use this keyboard for 5 years. And also another note, when the unit is unfolded, that automatically powers it on. So let's talk more about the unfolding sound. Now, there is going to be some slide in here, some metal on metal sound or plastic on plastic sound, kind of like a bit of scraping. There's also a bit of creaking. Now, I recorded a separate short clip to demonstrate this. There's also some clicking here, not sure if that's going to pick up, but I want to insert that short clip so you can get an idea of the sound here, which may be a bit exaggerated because of the good pickup of my mic. So now that we have the XK02 unfolded, we can get a view of all the details. This is going to have all the essentials, though they are in a more compact form. So we're going to have a number row at the top. We're going to have function buttons as well, a full QWERTY keyboard. We're going to have those orange accents that we talked about, although they are a bit more subliminal on this keyboard. Let's take a look at the XK01. You can see there is a tiny bit more orange, so they're not going crazy with the orange, but it's just little orange accents. We're also going to have a trackpad with left and right click functionality, and that's going to be a nice addition. That way you don't have to pair a mouse separately. That's something that's missing from the XK01, although this is a full-size folding keyboard. So let's talk pairing, which is going to be very straightforward here. Now, I already have the XK02 paired with my Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 11-inch, which can be demonstrated by just pressing a key here. You can see it's a very responsive unit. But if you were to pair the XK02 for the first time, you would simply press and hold the function key, and then you press either Q, W, or E. Those are one of 3 profiles there. And the cool thing about the ProtoArc is, of course, you can have 3 items paired, but this also works with Android, iOS, Chromebook, and Microsoft Windows. And I also want to say pairing is quick and easy here. And because we can pair 3 different items, 1 item to each profile, switching between items is going to be quick and easy as well. So this would be useful if, say, you have a Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 11 And you also have a foldable like the Z Fold series or the Google Pixel Fold, and you want to switch back and forth between both items because you want two displays. As for performance, it's a given that key travel is going to be shallow here because once again, this is a folding unit, but key sound is going to be minimal because we're dealing with a scissor switch style setup for each key. But there is going to be some click feedback, which is very good. Moving on, we have the trackpad performance, and that is going to be a bit more fair. Again, these things are hard to duplicate for really good performance in a folding setup, but this will get the job done. It's going to be responsive, but it's not going to be comparable to a mouse or even a trackpad on a higher end keyboard. But again, we do have left and right clicks, and they are actually clicks. And the click is actually pretty good, but one of the things I've noticed when performing the clicks is there is a bit of creaking. And that's when either pressing on the clicking area itself or on the sides of the keyboard that are near to that. But I will say it is nice to have a keyboard and a trackpad all in the same unit compared to that XK01, which just has the keyboard again. Although it is a full-size unit, this is just nicer to work with when it comes to portability and on a go because I don't have to carry a mouse separately, although the trackpad could have better performance. So the question is the XK02 for you? And it's really going to come down to those two things. First, key travel. Now, again, this is a folding keyboard, so there's only so much you can do here. So key travel is very shallow. If you like a keyboard that has more key travel or more mechanical feedback, you're going to want to skip the XK02. And then second, we have trackpad performance. Now, it's not horrible, but it's not great either. It's more fair or good. So if you are going to go with the XK02, you may want to bring a standalone mouse if you want better performance. Or if you are looking for a keyboard with better trackpad performance, you may want to skip over the XK02 altogether. Overall, the XK02 is a really nice kit though. We've got a nice keyboard with all the necessities that we need, numbers, keys, trackpad, all in a foldable kit, which is also a really cool talking point for anyone who sees it. So that is it for today's content. As always, thanks for watching and may the universe flow in your favor. And until next time, Leon checkin out.